welcome to Lines on Design. We're here at Island Gold Works with my dear friend Thomas Blair. And you know, design means a lot of things to a lot of people. We always talk about interior design, but interior design is also about how you feel about yourself and what you wear, what you look like, all of those things.
Yes.
One of the things I've learned from you, Thomas, is that jewelry and what people choose to wear to adorn themselves is really a fascinating field. And you have been known for, I can say it now, many years.
Many years.
For your talent, I'm sorry to make it, for your talent in design. We wanted to talk to you today on Lines on Design a little bit about trends in jewelry design. And for you, I know it's about classic timeless pieces that have a little edge to them. So talk to me, if you will, a little bit about what you're doing, and first of all, a little bit about your history.
Well, I've been doing jewelry since I was 17, so I've gone through a little bit about every bit of the business. And I finally decided that making one-of-a-kind art pieces is what I really enjoy. Each one is new, it doesn't get old, production gets real old, and you lose your oomph for it.
Exactly. Well, you know, I know in interior design, I always say there's fun art and there's fine art and there's funky art, there's classic art. Is it similar when you talk about jewelry design?
I would think so. There's so many different types of jewelry, and that's why I like doing the original pieces, because it keeps it fresh, it keeps it new, and everybody gets something that nobody else has.
As an artisan, do you have a style?
I
always wondered that.
I do have a style, and it changes or evolves into different things. I decided to finally get into doing some Hilton Head Island jewelry, which I avoided for a lot of years because it just didn't do anything for me. So I finally decided to turn the island inside out.
Yeah, let's see what you've got. This is so cool. I'll put this over here so we can really see. All right, what are you doing these days?
Well, this is the island being surrounded with gold, and the island itself is in an empty space with the creek going through it.
Did you design these?
Oh yes, and
Duh.
And we also have the island bracelet,
Gosh. Now
which
tell me
is for locals and for tourists, and it opens like this.
Here, I'll be Vanna. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
And also, if you're from up north and you come down and you're a little white, you can wear this at the beach for a couple of days, and then you'll have a Hilton Head Island tan to take back with you for a couple of days anyway.
You know what I like? I think it looks rather nice on me, don't you? I love it.
We'll have to get you one.
I know, we have to get one. No, I don't know.
I know the owner.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, exactly. And you're in the pearl business too. I love your pearls. I know, I keep thinking.
Well, keep that on.
Oh, I think it's absolute. Well, let me put it on. Let me trade my hands, because I have to trade my rings, because it's my favorite ring of all times, and guess who did it? And I think that's the other thing that
And when did we do this?
Yeah, we did this
about 20 years ago?
20 years ago. 20 years ago.
It's still classic.
It is. But I think what's fun about you, and again, talking about design, is you really seem to know your clientele when they come in, or when someone walks in, you seem to get a good feel. What helps you? What do you want to know about them?
They help me. They sit down and they have an idea, or they have stones that will work in this design or that design, and we sketch it and we both come up with an idea.
Okay.
And sometimes they bring a friend or the spouse, and three heads sometimes are better than one. And then we'll we'll do a drawing, and then we'll do a wax model, which I will paint white or yellow, depending on what they want, and then place their stones temporarily in this wax model, which doesn't look like a wax model. I wish I had one to show you.
Well, we'll probably go back in the back. Maybe you do.
Okay, I do.
Yeah.
And they get a real good idea. They can try it on. They can put it on, and if they like the wax, then we're home free. It comes out spectacular from that point.
Literally, this is art.
It is art.
Literally, it is art.
It is
and of course,
art.
I am paying attention to him, but I'm also looking at some of the other fun pieces that you have out here. This is a trip. Now tell me about this guy.
Walter Palmer, the sculptor who does a lot of the whimsical pelican sculptures on the island. He's been doing for years and years. He's internationally famous, and he is a good buddy of mine, and we decided to make some pelican or Walter Palmer sculptor pendants.
How cool is that?
This is called Hanging On.
Okay, yes.
He named and designed it. I executed it. basically.
So when someone comes in, do they buy the entire necklace, or do they buy like the charm and then they can add their own little?
The way Walter
envisions
it, being the artist, he didn't want any purchased parts, which you can do with jewelry, is buy parts, put them together, and say, oh, it's an original design. So we didn't this is all handcrafted, and the little loop behind the piece is so tiny, he didn't want a loop hanging up here or a bail. So this chain is made to come off, and the clasp actually unscrews off of it, so you can put virtually anything on that, and it'll fit right through the little hole that he designed.
You know what? If that isn't two artisans working together, I don't know what is. It's like, oh, sure. Oh, it's beautiful. This is fun.
And they can wear this with any other piece they have trouble putting on a chain.
Well, Walter Palmer's really incredible. This is actually a great piece. This is fun, isn't it? I love looking at all the cool designs.
And his other design
is...
Wait,
let me put this here.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, you're bringing Muhammad to the mountain. Okay. Ooh, that's
This is Hello World. This is one of his favorites. And it's made to maybe commemorate a birth or a coming out party of some kind.
Okay, I have to do a pitch
or
right here.
It could be just as is.
I have to do a pitch. If this isn't a spring piece for the person that you love, I don't know what is.
That's true.
So if you have someone you love, come and buy this, or if you love to just buy good jewelry, come and buy this too. This is really pretty. Now I'm still big into the dolphin. I love that.
Well, I was so tired of the regular dolphin jewelry that I decided to do something a little bit different. Like the island pendant, you have to look at it for a second and then it pops. This could be, any gemstone could be fit into the center part of this, or a gemstone eye or something. And I just like to make them look like they're a little bit abstract, and then you realize what it is.
Would you say that your jewelry has a modern feel to it? I don't want to say contemporary, because contemporary, when I think of contemporary, I think of angular, and that's not necessarily...
I think that the old world techniques have really got their place, and they've been so prevalent recently that people are coming in saying, I've seen this so much, I just don't want it. I don't want that.
I'm ready to do something a wee bit different.
So everything we do is different, and it just evolves. And yeah, I would say modern. I would say contemporary, but it's made to fit the person. It's more fit the personality.
And since we're talking about really cool, incredible Hilton head pieces, look at this. That's so pretty.
This is architecturally correct. Harbortown lighthouse.
Look at that.
With little water spouts, everything. Most of the lighthouses are pretty undetailed, and this one is rather crisp.
Were these fun to do?
They were fun. They were a lot of work.
Were they challenging
But
to
I
do?
had kind of an architectural interest at one point until I learned you had to know math. So,
so you became a jewelry designer, which just has to be gorgeous. Now, I noticed that you do work a lot in gold, and here you're working in gold and...
White gold.
Gold and, see, I didn't say it because I wasn't sure. Gold and white gold. Why gold? Why is that your medium of choice?
Well, it's kind of changing. I love yellow gold. I love the feel and the warmth of it. But white gold is evolving. White gold is not a pretty metal. It's mixed with nickel, and a lot of people react to nickel and their fingers break out. And there's a new metal out, or new to us, called palladium. It's in the platinum family. It's mixed with another platinum group metal to make it hard enough for jewelry, so that's why it's new. And it is beautiful. It's wonderful to work with. It's white. It's not as heavy as platinum, but it is, all intents and purposes, it is platinum.
I mean, you may not know math, but geology, you got geology all nailed. So is that what, this is more the white gold,
This
though,
actually,
right?
this looks like palladium, unpolished. We wanted a satin finish on the egg because it just was too polished.
Do people ever come into you, and I know like real art in the home, like I said, it's when cost is no object, and then fun art versus fine art. But how does that work with you? Are there pieces that you have that are just fantastically incredible collectors' pieces of jewelry, as opposed to something that I would think would be, you know, fun and whimsical?
Not really. Most people that come in and want something, they have a little collection of gems.
Okay.
And that helps the cost, and they usually have old gold, things they don't wear, or they're outdated.
And do you love working with that stuff?
Well, I usually can't work with that direct stuff because you can only melt gold into jewelry a couple of times, then it starts deteriorating, and you can't count on what the color is going to be like. And if you mix grandma's old, yeah,
right.
we just don't
Grandma's
know.
old gold.
So I take in that gold and I use my fresh gold, and I didn't know what to depend on, and that it's going to be a solid casting and that kind of aspect.
Do you encourage people to wear their jewelry as opposed to store their jewelry?
Oh, absolutely, wear it.
How do you clean gold?
You can't really clean it well at home other than getting the grease and the oil off, which takes the dirt off.
The big chunks?
It takes polishing, and it takes usually an ultrasonic cleaner to really, clean it right. So I encourage people to come in anytime and
well, talking about, again, we're here with Thomas Blair, and we're talking about pieces that are actually handmade. And if you've never had the chance to go back into the inner sanctum of the jewelry person, yes, then this designer, we definitely want to do that. Anything else before we take a quick break that you want?
I would like to show you one of my recent pieces I did for my wife.
Bring it on, bring it on. Come here, wife.
Debbie.
Come on, Deb. Oh, get in here. This is Debbie. This is the bride. I always look at this piece.
This is a tanzanite she picked out, and it's one of the most incredible stones. It's a fairly soft stone, so I've set it so it can't get bumped.
Oh my God, is that gorgeous. And on that happy note, that is absolutely beautiful. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on Lines on Design. We're going to check out how to make beautiful jewelry. We are back here on Lines on Design. Once again, we're here at Island Gold Works. We're with Thomas Blair, and we've been talking about creating beautiful, we have not been creating beautiful Hilton Head jewelry.
We have.
We have. For how many years? And of course, as we were walking in, I snuck a peek. This is cool. Show me what some of these are.
Well, these are rough castings of some of the island jewelry that we're making. That's what it looks like when it comes out of a casting. That'll be all polished and look like the real thing.
This is a cool piece.
Yeah, the South Carolina emblem, state emblem, is going to be one of the bracelets. This is new.
Okay.
Had a lot of people show interest in. And this is where it starts. This is
a
wax.
I understand this.
This is a wax model.
Oops, that's a wax model?
Painted with the stone kind of temporarily placed that I can show a customer and they can get an idea of what it looks like.
Do you make this?
Yes, out of a block of wax. Carve it. Each one is carved.
So you're it is actually a sculpture.
It is a sculpture, but it's an ancient process, this lost wax process, which is what it's called. The Indians 2,000, or is it 4,000 years ago, used to cast their jewelry and their pieces of adornment with this same technique. So
now,
it's an ancient.
I feel like I'm in a quasi-dentist office, right? Or getting my nails done.
A lot of this is from the dental industry.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
oh, shoot! I was
flex
making that
shafts. We can actually polish your teeth with this.
I love it. But it kind of all starts here.
But now the jewelry industry has so many suppliers, and they're inventing all kind of different things that are completely different from the dental field. But that's originally 20 years ago. You had to go to a dental supply for anything you wanted to make jewelry.
Now I notice you've got a pretty fancy piece of machinery over there.
Talk about
can we walk
high
over and take
technology.
A look? Yeah, what is this?
This is the laser welder. It is the newest thing in jewelry making. This is the old way.
All right. This is the classic way.
This is replaced by this laser welder. You used to have to heat jewelry up in order to solder it. And solder is a diluted form of gold. Sometimes it bubbles up. It's problematic.
Why do you solder, to hold things together?
To weld a ring shank together, for instance, to size a ring. So you can fuse it so it's solid again. Mm-hmm. This was the old way. This way I can actually weld it together like it was never broken before. It's like it originally. Like your
hands go in here? Or?
Yeah, your hands go in here.
Let's see. This is unbelievable.
Crank this up. I call this my new car.
Because
I drive it around all day long. And you look through the scope, and I'll let you do this because it's very, very detailed. We'll have to get a piece of jewelry and you can look at it.
Let me get you. Here, want a ring?
Yeah.
Don't be messing with my ring.
Here, I'll let you take a look at it.
Okay, look at this. You guys have to do this too.
I spend enough time here.
All right,
Thank
so
God.
this is the laser.
And you look through there, and you kind of find your place.
Oh my God.
And it'll shoot a beam of light.
Yes.
And it will weld whatever you're trying to do, which is much safer for gemstones. It's much higher quality. It sometimes isn't as fast as the torch, but the quality is what matters. And that's one reason I have this. I have the only laser practically in the southeast. I think there's one or two in Charleston, and I think there's one in Savannah. And it does things that jewelry that could not be repaired, and this will repair it.
This is a really silly question, and I know this is not what it's geared for, but can you actually look at clarity of gems in this?
I do. I use the microscope. I also have a microscope on my desk that I used to work behind, but this is the easiest, quickest way to look at a stone and see what's...
You know, we've talked a lot about gold pieces. We haven't really seen any gems, and
I just happen to have one in my pocket.
No! Oh, no, do you honestly?
Yes, I do.
Wait,
this is a gemstone paper that protects them.
What makes gemstone paper?
It's just
look at Tessa's like, I want
the
to
way
see
they're
this
folded.
closer. What is that?
This is a hand-cut ametrine.
Ametrine?
Not extremely expensive, but it's part amethyst and part citrine, and it was cut by a young man in Brazil who lived in his home with no power, and he used his foot to drive the machinery. Yes, pick it up.
Look at this.
And it's just fascinating. It's simple, but it's just, I just fell in love with it.
I'm kind of in my purple phase, so I really love this a lot. What do you recommend for people who are buying gemstones? Is there kind of a gemstone du jour? Oh, do you have another one? Oh, I'm
gosh, everybody's got their own favorites.
Look at this. Come here. Oh, now see.
This is
that's funky.
really work of art.
This.
This is a combination of opals with gold, separating them, and more opals set in a base of jade and backed with gold, and then mother of pearl on the back. It's called intarsia, is the technique. And it's just a very, very specialized field. I didn't do this. I don't gem cut, and I don't do intarsia. You're either a jeweler or you're a gem cutter, basically.
Okay. Oh, these are gorgeous. Is this the kind of thing that you're seeing what I would call personality pieces?
I would think so, because these are both one of a kind. There's not going to be another one any close to it.
So let's say I come in and I'm a client. Let's just say, for instance, and like I wouldn't even know to ask for something like this. Can you just show me what's?
Some people come in and say, "What is your ideas? I wanted an interesting, unique piece of jewelry," and we come up with something that they may like. And of course, we talk and see what their preferences are, the color, and their gemstone favorites. And
do I know my gemstone favorite?
Diamond.
Well, right? yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, I love the tourmalines.
I love tourmalines. Tourmalines are really a good stone. They're a hard stone. A lot of stones are soft. Opals are very soft. This would never work in a ring.
Okay.
So tourmaline comes in all different colors. It's a clear gem mainly, or it can be even a watermelon tourmaline, which is a slice of a crystal that has multiple rainbows, which is a little funky. I've got a piece on the outside I can show you.
Yeah, we'll have to check that one out too.
And they come in beautiful. I've got a piece with a couple of 3 tourmalines in it out there too we could look at. But
do you
good choice and affordable.
Is it affordable? What about sapphires, emeralds, what I'm calling more the traditional gemstones?
Red, white, and blue, diamond, sapphire, and ruby, which are the hardest stones. Those are the stones that can take the heat of a torch.
Okay.
Any other stones you have to remove, which means it's problematic getting the stone back in after you weld it. You could break a prong, and then you'd have to start all over. So that's where the laser comes in as far as a better quality.
I'm going to go over here as I'm asking you this question. As far as maintenance of my jewelry, now is that another
eye helper?
Another eye help. As far as maintenance of my jewelry, how often should I bring my jewelry in, and what do I need to? Why would it be important to bring my jewelry in?
Well, every week somebody comes in with a pronged ring, and they've got the prongs, and they've got no stone.
Okay.
Because the prongs are problematic. I try not to use prongs unless I absolutely have to. There's lots of different ways to set a gem than prongs. Most people don't know that. But they need to be checked.
What are some of the ways? What are some of the ways?
There's tube set, bezel set.
What's this?
Channel set.
What's this one?
This is, I haven't got names for some of what I would say. I would say this is a bezel. Yeah, that's definitely a bezel set.
He made that up. He's like, it's a Thomas Blair set. But
of course, that's, I think, the white gold over the yellow, or am I wrong? It must be the lighting.
Yeah, no, I think it's yellow, but I don't know. No, it might be white over you.
I need my loop.
Even with the loop, you know, I think that is white gold, but
I
I
think
don't
so
know.
Too. It is.
It's pretty, whatever it is.
We forget.
I love it. And this is, again, this area?
This is mainly to set the stones. Polishing the jewelry on the other bench and grinding and catching all the gold dust.
Oh, it's beautiful. Well, as always, this goes so quickly. We appreciate you taking time out of your hectic day to show us sort of the ins and outs of design in a different light, jewelry design. So take care, and thank you all for joining us here on Lions on Design. Bye-bye. Thank you.